Prime Minister Narendra Modi, in his Independence Day address, has said to the nation that there is a new entrant in the category of the middle class of India, and that is what we will be looking today. Hello and welcome to the in-depth series section of Drishti IAS. I am Aisha Singh, and in today's video we will be discussing about the 13.5 crores lifted out of poverty are now the new middle class of India, or they are the new entrants in the middle class of India. So we will be discussing about this. First of all, about the timeline. First about the news, then the multidimensional poverty index. What is it? Then how poverty is estimated in India? Which committee poverty line is followed in India? Then reduction in poverty. Does it add to India's middle class or not? In the end, a mains practice question. This topic is of relevance from General Studies paper 2 and 3. From 3, economy, because there is a topic of poverty, and second also the implementation of policies with respect to removal of poverty. So the news says the new non-poor, it means the people who are now, they are not poor, or they do not come into the category of poor. 13.5 crore Indians, Prime Minister Modi said, were lifted out of poverty in his first term. First term means when he became Prime Minister for the first time in the year 2014. So, what is the news? Prime Minister Narendra Modi, in his Independence Day address from the Red Fort, said that in the first 5-year term of his government, that is of the time 2014, 13.5 crore of my fellow poor brothers and sisters have broken free, means they have moved out from the chains of poverty and entered the new middle class. So what is the difference between when we say that they have moved out of the poverty and have come into the category of the middle class? Even though in India there is no official definition of the middle class, but still we consider people who are different and who earn more than the people who come into the below poverty line or who are considered to be poor. So the middle class are the people who earn more than them. So they are saying that 13.5 crore of Indians, they have moved out of the poverty and have entered into the middle class of India. So 13.5 crore number, which is cited by the Prime Minister, appears in the second National Multidimensional Poverty Index report that was published by Niti Aayog this year, and earlier it was published in the year 2021. So this digit which the Prime Minister has said was on the basis of the second National Multidimensional Poverty Index, and which was published by Niti Aayog. So for the very first time, National Multidimensional Poverty Index was published in the year 2021. And the 2023 edition of the Multidimensional Poverty Index uses data from the latest round of NFHS 2019-21, that is National Family Health Survey, and captures changes in the multidimensional poverty between the survey periods of NFHS 4, that is National Family Health Survey 4, and NFHS 5. NFHS 4 was 2015 to 16 and NFHS 5 was 2019 to 21. So the number 13.5 crore is given on the basis of the National Multidimensional Poverty Index, which was published by the Niti Aayog. And the 2023 edition of the index, from where does it get its data? It gets its data from the National Family Health Survey. The poverty headcount ratio, the proportion of multidimensionally poor in the country. So there are few measures through which the poverty is measured in India, and one of the measure is the headcount ratio. Headcount ratio means that the people who are coming below poverty line and the people coming out of the below poverty line. So the people who are below the BPL line are considered to be poor, while who have managed to come out of the BPL, so there is a line, there is a amount or rupees which is prescribed for it, and those who manage to come out of it are considered to be the new entrant who have moved out of the poverty line. Poverty headcount ratio, the proportion of multidimensionally poor in the country, fell from 25% to just 15% between the two rounds of NFHS, that is 4 and 5, NFHS 4 and NFHS 5, the multidimensionally poor in the country, the ratio fell from 25% to 15%, a decrease of 10%. And if we talk about in absolute terms, this implies that 135 million or 13.5 crore people or Indians have escaped multidimensional poverty in this period. And when we say this period, it means the period between NFHS 4 and 5, and that is the period of 2015-16 to 2019-21. Now let's see this chart, what the poverty data show. So what the data show is that poverty headcount ratio, poorest among large states. So the dark blue line which you are able to see is NFHS 5, while the light blue line which we are able to see are NFHS 4. So it is telling about the difference between both the surveys. So what does it say is, the bars tells us about the percentage of the total population who are multidimensionally poor in each state and UT. So light blue bars, which are the bigger bars in each state, and the states are Bihar, Jharkhand, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Assam, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, Rajasthan, West Bengal and Gujarat. So the NFHS 4 data says that the bars were very high as compared to the NFHS 5. It means that with each passing year, the NFHS survey is telling us that there is improvement which can be seen, because it is the poverty headcount ratio. It means the poverty is decreasing. If we talk about Bihar, then NFHS 4 was 51.89 while 5 was 33.76. And if we talk about the most populated state of India, that is Uttar Pradesh, NFHS 4 was 37.68 while 5 was 22.49. And in all the states we are able to see that NFHS 5 bar is lower than the NFHS 4 bar. Now let's talk about the multidimensional poverty index. We will talk about the most basic points that you should be able to know and from where the questions can be asked. And that is the multidimensional poverty index. As the name itself is telling, that it is an index which tells about the poverty, and it tells about the poverty in a multidimensional way. It means there are multi-dimensions taken into it, and then it talks about the poverty. Then it measures deprivation across the 3 dimensions, and the 3 dimensions which are covered under the multidimensional poverty index are health and nutrition, education and standard of living. Health and nutrition, education, standard of living. So if we talk about the first measure, that is health, within health there are 3 variables, and that is nutrition, child and adolescent mortality and maternal health. Maternal health means that the pregnant women's and after birth women's health. Then child and adolescent mortality means that the number of children and adolescent dying. Then second measure is education, and within education there are 2 variables, that is years of schooling and school attendance, that how many students have remained in school, what is the year, and then second is the school attendance, what is the attendance that people are, whether people are actually going to school to attend school or not. Third variable is standard of living. Under the standard of living there are 7 variables like sanitation, drinking, water, bank account, etc. So it tells about the daily standard of living, the things that we use in our daily day-to-day life. Then the multidimensional poverty index is based on the methodology which is used by 2 organizations, and those 2 organizations are first Oxford Poverty and Human Development Initiative, that is OPHI, and second is the UNDP, that is the United Nations Development Program. This is an important point you should remember. First of all, about 3 measures and what all comes into within those 3 measures, and then the multidimensional poverty index is based on which 2 methodology. India's multidimensional poverty index is not exactly the same as the global multidimensional poverty index. They both are different from each other, and the markings are also different. India's multidimensional poverty index has 12 variables, while the global multidimensional poverty index has 10 variables. So if the number of variables are different, then it is bound to have difference in numbering and statistics. And two additional variables in India's multidimensional poverty index are maternal health and bank account of a person, and maternal health, the health of a mother. Then how poverty is estimated in India? Then in India, for poverty estimation, since the time of independence, there have many committees which have been formed on this basis, be it Alag Committee, Lakhadwal Committee, then came the DT Lakhadwal Committee 1993, Tendulkar Committee 2009, Rangarajan Committee 2014, and all these committees came on in line and in light to define the poverty line in India. And one of the most famous committees was the Tendulkar Committee and the Rangarajan Committee. And the committee which is used in India is the Suresh Tendulkar Committee. And the poverty line, it defined the poverty line is the level of consumption expenditure. Consumption expenditure means whatever we expend to consume things. So the poverty line is the level of consumption expenditure which is stated in rupees in India, that divides those who are poor from those who are not. So there is this line which was based on the basis that how much are we spending to consume things. And there was a line which was stated in terms of Indian rupee, because what we use, the currency is rupee, and that line which was stated was defined as the line, those who are earning above the line are not considered poor, while the people who were earning below the line were considered to be poor. And if we talk about from the perspective of the Tendulkar Committee, then for urban people it was 33 rupees a day, and for rural people it was 27 rupees a day. So this was the line which was actually set up at that point of time, and it was on the basis of the PPP, that is the purchasing power parity perspective. And India's last official poverty statistics are from 2011. So officially till now poverty statistics has not been given in our country official. Many private organizations does try to give it, but those are not official statistics from the government's side. So the last official statistics that we have in our country and that we can use it from official purposes is from 2011. Then reduction in poverty adds to India's middle class. Does it really happen or not? So no official definition of the middle class is given in India. Official definition is not there. There is no official definition to decide whether these people are called middle class and these are not called middle class. It's just that the division has been done, but officially there is no definition of it. And there is a report which is titled The Rise of India's Middle Class. And this report is by People Research on India's Consumer Economy, popularly known as PRICE. So they have divided households into 4 categories, and those categories are destitutes, aspirers, middle class and rich people. So there are 4 categories in which they have divided the households. Destitutes are the people who earn less than 1.25 lakh a year. So they can be considered among 4 categories the most laggard one. So destitutes are less than 1.25 lakh. Aspirers are who earn more than 1.25 lakh, while middle class are people who are earning rupees 5 lakh to rupees 30 lakh. So you can say aspirers are 1.25 to 5 lakh. Middle class is 5 lakh to 30 lakh, and rich people are more than 30 lakh. So this is not official. This is what the People Research on India's Consumer Economy, that is PRICE. This is a private organization, so they have given this division. Then this was about the reduction in poverty add to India's middle class or not. Exactly, it is difficult to say because official definition of middle class is not there. And since the time of 2011, we are not able to find the official data which talks about poverty. So what we have to see is many private organizations are trying to give the data, and the Prime Minister of India has given this statement from on the Independence Day occasion. So this, if the Prime Minister of India is saying it, then we can follow it, and we are bound to follow it, because that becomes the statement from the one of the highest authority of the countries. So in the end, the mains practice question, and this is a UPSC PYQ of the year 2015. The question says, though there have been several different estimates of poverty in India, all indicate a reduction in poverty levels over time. Reduction in poverty levels over time. Do you agree? Critically examine with reference to urban and rural poverty indicators. So the command given here is critically examine. It means we have to talk about the pros and the cons both. So first talk about what is poverty, the history regarding the poverty, and urban and rural poverty indicators. Also try to write the names of the committees that have been formed, and the poverty line is followed of which committee, what were the statistics given by them. So talk about both positives and negatives. So that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time, keep reading and keep writing.